Welcome back to the price action trading course. This is the second video of the price action trading course. So if you haven't watched the first video, please make sure that you watch that video because this is a complete series of videos, a complete price action trading course where I will be teaching price action from the basics to the advanced level. So make sure you have watched the previous video and then you watch this video. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you chart patterns, what are chart patterns and how you can use them in your trading. So like I said in my previous video that we will be covering trend trading as a beginner. We will be starting to learn trend trading in the beginning, and then we will cover reversal trading as it is more complex and difficult. So let's get started. So now, what are chart patterns, why you should trade chart patterns, what's so special about them? So chart patterns are basically just patterns that form on the chart which give you signals, which give you a bit of hint about where the price will go in the future. There is a lot of psychology and a lot of technicals involved in chart formations, and a lot of charts are very highly successful, but no chart can be 100% successful. So you should definitely know how to manage your risk. So I will also discuss entry and exit points about these chart patterns in this video, so make sure you watch the full video till the end. So let's get started with the first pattern. So now the first pattern that I would like to discuss is the flag pattern. So now, like I said, we will be covering trend trading patterns only. So what we will cover is buying patterns in the uptrend and selling patterns in the downtrend. So this flag pattern is a trend trading pattern. The flag pattern can form bullish, that is to the upside, and can also form bearish, that is to the downside. So I will be covering uh, both of the sides of the pattern, that is bullish side and the bearish side. So this is just a basic overview of the pattern, how it looks like. So the pattern forms like this. So there is already an established trend, and then the trend goes down a little bit, forms a flag. So this is considered as a flagpole, and this is considered as the body of the flag. So this forms the flag, and then the price finally breaks out and then continues with the trend. So you can see there is already an uptrend going on. The price goes down a little bit, forms the flag, and then continues to go in the uptrend and continue the trend. So let's just discuss why this happens, the logic behind it, the psychology behind it, and why this happens. So you can see there is a very strong uptrend going on, and then at this point the price goes down a little bit. So why does this happen? So imagine if you are at this area, if you bought the stock or whatever you are trading, if you bought it at this point, so at this point you are seeing a very big profit in your trading account. So what you will do is you will start selling, you will start booking your profits, you will start selling the stock, and that is what happens. That is why the price goes down a little bit. So what happens is all the people that bought here or here, they start taking profits, they start selling the stock, and that is why the stock goes down a little bit. But then there are many buyers, new buyers coming in, and that is why the price goes down, and then comes up because there are new buyers. It is the price is getting support from this lower trend line and getting resistance from this above trend line, because the buyers that bought here are selling over here. So they are selling the price, pushing the price down, but there are new buyers waiting for buying the stock. So they are giving support to the price from here, and then there is just a constant fight between the buyers and the sellers, but the major trend is towards the uptrend. So in the end the buyers win, and then the breakout happens. So when the breakout happens, you can see the price breaks out of the body of the flag and then continues to move up and continue the trend. So that was the logic and psychology behind the flag pattern. Now let's get to the variations of the flag pattern. So the first variation will be flag pattern in an uptrend, like I covered in the overview. So you can see there is already an established uptrend. Then all the buyers that bought around here or here will start selling the stock because they are seeing profit in their account, and then that will drive the price lower, you can see. And then the buyers that were waiting to buy the stock already will start pushing the price up. So there is a constant fight between buyers and sellers, and as the trend is majorly uptrend, so the buyers win this fight, and then the breakout happens. You can see breakout and continuation of uptrend. So that was the bull flag. Now we will look at some real life examples of the flag pattern, and I will guide you how to enter and where to place your stop loss. Alright guys, so now we have a real life example of the flag pattern, the bullish variation of the flag pattern. So if you cannot see it yet, I will draw it for you. So you can see over here there is the flag pole. Then we will draw an upper trend line over here that will make our upper trend line of the flag formation. And then we will draw a lower trend line that will be the supporting trend line of the flag. So that is the flag pattern over here. Let me just make it more precise. So that is our flag pattern over here. You can see the upper trend line is giving resistance to the price and the lower trend line is giving support to the price, and the major trend is uptrend, and there is a big flag pole over here which is obviously majorly in an uptrend. So now this is the flag pattern, and now when it comes to entry and exit points, and as well as the stop loss points, let's get into that. So now the first thing that should come to your mind whenever you enter a trade is, am I prepared if the trade goes against me? So what that will do is that will keep reminding you of the risk management and eventually protect your capital. So let's discuss the entry and exit points. So whenever the pattern is broken, whenever the flag pattern is broken, you should always enter after the candle has broken the pattern and the candle has closed. So the logical entry here would be on this candle, that is at 166.1. So that will be our entry point, and when it comes to the stop loss will be below the lower trend line, because the logic behind your trade is the flag pattern, and if the price comes below the lower trend line, it will invalidate your logic, and if your logic is invalidated, there is no sense in staying in the trade. So it is better to exit. Like I said, no pattern is 100% successful, so you should definitely know how to manage your risk. So that should be your stop loss levels, that is below the lower trend line of the flag pattern. And when it comes to your target in the flag pattern, your target should be the same length as of the flagpole. So over here we have the flagpole that is beginning at 158.55 and ending at 164.95. So it that comes to the total comes to, so the difference comes to 6.25, I guess. So let's just take it approximately as 6. So if you are trading at, if you are entering at 166, your logical target would be 166 plus 6, that would be 172. So let's just put in 172 as our target over here. So you can see how easily that target was hit by the trade. So even if you put a higher target like 174, it would have been hit, but 172 is the logical target, as the price action says. So that is the entry, stop loss, and the target of the flag pattern, the bullish variation of the flag pattern. Now we will discuss the bearish variation of the flag pattern. So over here we have the bearish variation of the flag pattern, that is flag pattern that forms in a downtrend. So it is basically everything is similar to the bullish flag variation, just the trends are opposite. So you can see the major trend will be the downtrend. So you can see over here an established downtrend is going on, and then the price corrects a little bit towards the upside. And why is that happening? Because just say, you just imagine that you shorted the stock here, you short sold the stock over here, and the price has reached over here. So that will be showing you a huge profit in your trading account, and if you exit the trade, that will trigger a buy order and the price will go up. So when the price goes up, the sellers are, as the trend is major towards the downtrend, the sellers will enter and push the price down again, and the fight between the buyers and the sellers will continue. And then as the trend is majorly towards the downside, the price will break the flag, and then the trend will continue towards the downside. So let's look at a real life example of the bearish variation of the flag pattern. So over here we have the bearish variation of the flag pattern, that is the flag pattern in the downtrend. So you can see over here, I will just draw it for you. So our flagpole begins right here and ends over here, and then our lower trend line will start from here and then finish here. You can see the price is getting support from there, and then our upper trend line over here. So this is a very small flag pattern. So a lot of people get this doubt that how big should the flag pattern be. So there is no fixed parameter of how big the flag pattern should be. So as long as you can identify the pattern, it is good to go. So you can see over here there is an upper trend line, there is a lower trend line, and then there is a breakdown. So the entry, exit, and the stop loss logic will be the same. So this entry will be after the candle has been closed, the breakdown candle has been closed, so we will enter at this point, let's say, and our stop loss will be at the upper, above the upper trend line. That means where our flag pattern is invalidated. So our stop loss will be over here, and our target will be as long as the flagpole. So it is ending at 179.25 and starting at 183.75. So that gives a basic difference of 4.5 rupees. So let's just subtract 4.5 from 179.25. So let's take a round figure, that is 175 rupees as our target. So I will keep 175 as our target. So let's say this is our target. So you can see how easily that target was hit by the trade. So this is the bearish variation of the flag pattern. I hope you have gotten it very well. So that is what, so like, to summarize it, to revise the whole thing, the entry should be after the candle has broken the pattern and closed, and then you enter at the next candle. Like this candle broke the flag pattern and then closed, and then you entered at this candle, and the stop loss will be at the point where the flag pattern is invalidated. So in case of the bullish flag, the stop loss will be below the lower trend line, and in case of the bearish flag pattern, the stop loss will be above the upper trend line, and the target will be as the same length as the flagpole. So that was the bearish, that was the bearish flag pattern. So now let's move on to the next pattern. Alright guys, so now the next pattern that we will be covering in this video is the triangle pattern. So now the triangle pattern is a very simple pattern, and it is not specifically a trend trading pattern, but you should do it with the trend so that your trade goes more smoothly and efficiently. So now it is possible to trade the triangle pattern against the trend. So for example, if the trend is upwards and it is forming a triangle, it can go downwards. So that is possible, but it is not as efficient as if done with the trend. So trend trading is definitely the way to go. So do not trade triangle patterns against the trend. I mean, it is possible, but you should not prefer doing that. So this is just an overview of what the triangle pattern looks like. So if there is a downtrend, the price will come here, consolidate between the triangle, and then break down again. And if there is an uptrend, the price will go up, consolidate, form a triangle, and then break up. So this is the triangle pattern. So now the first variation, that is the bullish variation of the triangle pattern, is known as the ascending triangle. So for that means a triangle is formed, but it is in an ascending manner. So you can see the upper trend line is flat. This can be a resistance zone or just a flat line, and this is an upper trend line, that is trend line going towards the upside. So this indicates the bullishness of the pattern. So if the psychology is discussed about this pattern, you can see the trend is coming up, so the people that bought here will start selling, and the price will come down. So now new buyers will enter over here, and then the price will go up. And then you can see, if you can see, the price when it comes downside, it comes it does not come as low as it did the last time. So this indicates that the sellers in the market are diminishing. That means the sellers are giving up in the market. So you can see, then the price goes up again and then comes down, and when it comes down, it does not come as low as it did the last time. So this indicates that the seller are decreasing in the market and the buyers are ready to take control. So after this triangle is formed over here, it finally breaks as the trend majorly is upside, and the major market participants are interested in taking the price upside, and then the price is broken from the triangle, and there is a breakout and continuation of the uptrend. So now let's take a real life example, and I will discuss the entry, exit, and the stop loss points. Okay, so now we have a real life example of the ascending triangle pattern. So let me just draw it for you. So you can see there is a trend line that is going towards the upside, giving constant support to the price, and then there is a flat line above that is giving resistance to the price. So this is our triangle pattern. This is the ascending triangle pattern. And now when it comes to the entry, exit, and the stop loss point, so your entry should be similar to the flag pattern. That is when a candle is broken the pattern and closed above the break. So the logical entry here would be at 188 rupees, 180 rupees. So this would be the logical entry, and the stop loss is similar. The logic for the stop loss is similar to the flag pattern, that is where the triangle pattern is invalidated, so your logical stop loss would be over here. So if the pattern is invalidated, there is no sense in staying in the trade. It is better to exit if your logic is invalidated. So 164.75 will be your stop loss, and when it comes to the target, you need to measure the base of the triangle. So the base, what I mean by the base is the high of the triangle at the start beginning. So the high, that is 170.6, and the lows, that is here, that is 151. So that is roughly 19 rupees of distance. So what we will do is add 19 rupees to our entry point, that is 180 plus 19, which comes to 199 rupees. So let's just take it as a round figure for 200 rupees. So if I place the target at 200, you can see how easily the target has been hit by the trade. So that is the ascending triangle, and the entry, stop loss, and the target. So now here is the bearish variation of the triangle pattern, which is known as the descending triangle. So it is just absolutely same as the ascending triangle, just the sides are opposite. That means ascending triangle is the uptrend side of the pattern, that is the bullish pattern, and the descending triangle is the downside pattern, that is the downtrend and bearish pattern. So the major downtrend here will be, that is the established downtrend. The trend would be the down to the downside, and then there will be a flat line below here that will act as a support for the pattern, and then there will be a trend line that will be going towards the downside, giving constant resistance to the price. And then the pattern will finally be broken, that is the breakdown and continuation of the downtrend. So the logic is similar to the ascending triangle, just the opposite sides. So if you short sold the stock here, you will be seeing very good profits at this point. So you will start exiting the trade, and then there will be a buy order, and then buyers will enter the market, and then the sellers, new sellers, fresh sellers will enter and then drive the price lower, and then there will be a constant fight between the sellers and the buyers. But you can see, if the price is when the price is driven up by the buyers, it is not as high as it was the last time. That indicates that the buyers are decreasing in the market, and the buyers are diminishing. So that just indicates the dominance of the sellers and the bearishness of the pattern. And then the fight between the buyers and the sellers continues, and the price finally breaks the pattern and goes towards the downside. So that is the descending triangle. Now we will look at the real life example of the descending triangle and discuss the entry, exit, and the stop loss. Okay, so now we have a real life example of the descending triangle pattern. So let me just draw it for you. So you can see there is a trend line that is giving constant resistance to the price, and then there is a flat line that is giving support to the price. So this is the descending triangle pattern over here. So the entry, exit, and the stop loss. So now, like, the same logic will be used just to the opposite side. So now the entry will be after the pattern has been broken and closed. So you can see the pattern was broken with this green candle and then closed below. So we will enter on this red candle that is over here at 95.6. So that will be our entry, and our stop loss will be when the pattern is invalidated. So this will be the stop loss, and our entry will be the length of the base of the triangle. So our starting point would be 98.65 and end point would be 96. That is around 2.65. So let's just so subtract 95.6 from 2.65. So that would be around 93 rupees, I think. So if we take down the target to 93, you can see our target has been hit. There is a very good risk to reward ratio over here. So I will be talking about risk management and risk to reward ratio. There will be a complete video on that, since it is a very big and important topic. So this is the descending triangle, the stop loss where the pattern is invalidated, the entry where the pattern has been broken and closed, the candle has been closed below the break, and then the target, the length of the base of the triangle. So I hope you got value out of this video, and there are very important tips that I want to discuss about patterns. So let's just discuss that. So now the validity of the pattern. So the longer a pattern takes to form, the more valid the pattern is. So for example, if you are identifying a pattern at a 5-minute time frame, then it might not be as valid. So if you are identifying a pattern on a daily time frame, the chances of the pattern succeeding is very much higher. So the longer a pattern takes to form, the higher the success rate of the pattern. And just make sure you are using a stop loss everywhere. You are not trading without a stop loss. Risk management is extremely important, because no pattern is 100% successful, like I said before. So that were the important tips that I wanted to share with you. So, and there is another doubt that how big should the pattern be? So, like I said before in the video, there is no specific size of a pattern. As long as you can identify it, you are good to go. Just make sure you are using a stop loss. So if you got value out of this video, make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel. The course will be continuing for another couple of videos. I will be covering all the advanced topics from the price action and reversal trading as well. So stick to the channel, keep watching. I will see you next Saturday, or probably between the weekdays. If I get time, I will definitely post a bonus video. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon.